It's the best time of the year.
Food and wine is back, baby.
Fam, we are back at EPCOT for the International Food and Wine Festival.
There are almost 30 different booths this year, so we're gonna spend the next few days eating and drinking around the festival, checking out the merchandise, the entertainment, and more.
Enjoy coming with us, so let's go.
There's a cheese crawl, y'all.
Yeah.
The Food and Wine Festival here at EPCOT kicks off today, July 27th, and runs all the way through November 18th. There are once again over 30 different food and drink locations at this festival, although 6 of the main booths are not opening for a few weeks, which just means we get to do a Food and Wine Part 2 video. We are headed now to get our passports, though there is a digital version within the My Disney Experience app. And heads up, allergy and special diet friends, that's where that information is going to be, in the digital version of the passport. But we're going to go get a physical one as well as our gift cards.
As we have done for every festival, we polled the MAM fam on Instagram to find out how much you budget for when you attend these festivals. And this year you gave us $100 per person, so that is a total budget of $200.
We got these cute gift cards, and not included in our budget as an additional cost, we got the Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak. This is a cute little game where you find Remy hidden all over the park and you match whatever ingredient he's with the sticker, and once you're done you can redeem it for a prize. And the prizes are so cute that I had to buy this so that we can win an Encanto lunchbox. What am I gonna do with a lunchbox? I don't know. I don't go to an office, but I might bring it upstairs.
You're gonna bring it to the parks? Are you?
No, I'm gonna bring it from downstairs to upstairs.
Oh, you're packing a lunch.
I'm gonna pack my sandwich up in it.
So
and
to be
then
clear,
some snacks.
just so I understand, you're gonna go downstairs, pack a lunch,
Make a sandwich, pack
put
a
it
lunch.
into a lunch box, then take it back upstairs.
Maybe.
I mean, I admire the dedication.
Or I'll put little treats for Cronkles in it when we go on walks. Little snacks for Cronkles, little
Sure.
carrots and treats.
Sure.
I don't know, I just need it.
Okay.
Starting the eating festivities up here in World Discovery, there's a couple booths, and the first one we hit was Flavors from Fire, which is one of my favorites. Every year they've got chefs out there grilling, so everything is fresh off the grill. Now, because we are on a budget, we are going to be mostly focusing on new items. The 2 new dishes we're trying from Flavors from Fire are the chimichurri marinated skirt steak taco. It's got crushed avocado, grilled corn salsa, pickled red onions, queso fresco, and a cilantro lime cream. Sounds amazing. Also very excited to try this dessert. It's a spiced chocolate tart with barbecue potato chip crust, salted whiskey caramel, and smoked sea salt. Both of those are new again, and we did snag one of the returning favorites. This is the smoked corned beef with house-made potato chips, cheese curds, pickled onions, and beer cheese fondue. And the reason we got this beauty, besides the fact that it's incredible, is it is the first of our dishes on Emile's Fromage Montage. Emile's Fromage Montage is EPCOT's gift to all cheese lovers. No?
Spot on.
It is a cheese crawl. I've been training my entire life to accomplish this. Basically, there are several deliciously cheesy dishes around the festival, and for everyone you get on that list, you get a stamp in the back of your festival passport, like so. If you collect 5 different dishes, then you get an exclusive cheese-related prize that you can't get any other way. You can't buy it or anything. You have to earn the cheese by eating other cheese. It's a dream come true, honestly.
Feels like a pyramid scheme.
It's my favorite attraction in EPCOT, and I am including Guardians of the Galaxy in that statement. Emile's Fromage Montage has 10 different items. You get to pick and choose, mix and match any 5. You can repeat items, and you don't have to do it all on the same day. But we will, of course, be completing Emile's Fromage Montage as we go around the festival, and these delicious cheese curd chips are the first step. First dish of Food and Wine 2023. It's so good. It is just so good. I think this dish has been on Molly's Best of the Fest every year since it debuted, and this year is no different. I love the house-made chips. They're a little salty, good crunch, and you've got the nice tender meat. The sharp cheddar fondue has a little bit of nuttiness to it, and then you've got the crunch and the acidity from the pickled red onions. 5 stars, amazing. I'm gonna say it's probably my favorite thing on the cheese crawl, but we will see about that. An A+ dish to start the festival.
All right, let's give this a try. This is the spiced chocolate tart with a barbecue potato chip crust.
It's holding up really well to Florida.
Yeah, it really, really is. Wait a minute. That's wild. I think I love that. Okay, let's discuss. The reason I'm not normally a sweets person is because they're way too sweet at Disney. This is a perfect blend of sweet and salty with a little bit of richness from the salted caramel, the salted whiskey caramel. You will definitely have to be a chocolate lover to enjoy this dish. It is very, very rich and chocolatey, but I think that's offset by the barbecue potato chips, and you don't taste barbecue, you just get slight smoke, and the salted caramel. Do I love this?
Do you?
This is a barbecue chip brittle. Yeah.
And last but not least from Flavors from Fire, we have the chimichurri marinated skirt steak taco. I love tacos. I love steak.
And this has both.
This is both. I will say the tortilla seems bigger than the fillings, but the steak is excellent. The steak is cooked perfectly. It's really, really juicy. You can tell that it came off of the grill. I love the avocado as well. If you don't like avocado or guacamole, ask for it without or skip this one. I wish there were a little more of the pickled red onions because you definitely need that crunch and that acidity to break up the rest of it. And I do think that they either need to put more toppings in here or use smaller tortillas because the majority of what you're tasting and what's in your mouth is the corn tortilla. So I think this is very good, but I don't think it's gonna crack the best of the fest.
Up next from the fry basket, we have picked up the pickle fries with a dill ranch. Now the other 2 items from the fry basket are the yucca fries and the fry flight. Both of them are delicious, but they were available last year and we're going for new things, and these pickle fries were calling my name. Just look at that. Look at that exterior. Look at the dill and the spicing in the crust. I mean, listen, I'm a Southerner at heart, at least when it comes to food, and this scratches that itch. The batter sticks to the pickle spear beautifully. You got a nice dill pickle. The ranch is incredible. It is very dilly, so if you don't like the herb dill, maybe avoid it, but if you've never had a fried pickle and you want to be introduced to one in a way that I think is phenomenal, these. It's weird that I'm going to put a pickle fry on my best of the fest. I'm going to.
This is probably the least offensive pickle item we're gonna have at this festival though.
I'm not ready to talk about it.
I gotta echo the pickle sentiment. Also, I'm obsessed with the dill ranch. I wanna put that on everything. And Alan was about to explain to me how the breading stayed on so well, because oftentimes when you get fried pickles, the breading falls off, and that's not the situation here.
This is just a hypothesis, but just based on how thick this has got to be a double breaded situation, because you've got sort of the moist interior that has another additional layer before you actually have breadcrumbs on the exterior. So that's like a flour egg wash, then breadcrumb, probably panko. That's just a guess. I genuinely don't know, but just based on the texture.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
The fact that they season the breadcrumbs, guys.
Our next stop was Coastal Eats. Grabbed the new lump crab cake. It comes with a Cajun spiced vinegar slaw and a grilled lemon to squeeze on top, which I am very jazzed about. I love a lemon, and I like that it's been freshly grilled. What I gotta say though, I'm pretty upset they took away the baked seafood dip they had last year. It was a warm seafood dip that you put on fresh baguette, and even though it's Florida at 1,000 degrees, I wanted to eat hot fish, so I'm gonna try not to hold that against the crab cake as we dig in here and get a little of the slaw too.
They didn't have any forks left, I'm sorry.
All right, that is a good crab cake. I'm gonna get a bite of it by itself first. A little salty when eating it on its own. I really prefer eating it with the bite of the vinegar slaw because that kind of evens out. Ooh, yeah, it's very salty. How salty it is, the vinegar adds a nice crunch and acidity, and I love the fresh citrus on top. You can definitely tell that it's got crab in there. It feels like it's not crab with a K, it is crab with a C. My issue with this one, it's not really an issue, but something to think about, especially, you know, we're doing this on a budget. This was $7 and it is quite small. And I do understand seafood is expensive, but if you're trying to pick and choose things, I don't know that I would personally get this one again. Just a little salty and a little small for the price.
Oh look, we found our first Remy. Up there with his baking pan. Adorable. Let's mark it off.
We're not going to show you where all of them are.
Yeah, no spoilies.
Well, except for this one.
Okay, one spoilie.
But this is what you do, and then when we're done, you turn it in at Disney Traders World Traveler Creation Shop for a cute lunchbox to bring to your work from home lunch.
Or apparently taking a walk with your dog filled with carrots. You know, normal stuff.
Made our way into World Showcase. Actually gonna bypass Australia, which is the first booth we have reached. For starters, they do have pesto on the menu, and while the chefs are very good about handling allergies, if you have a concern, you can just let them know. They will make sure to, they can modify dishes if needed. They can let you know what is safe and not. And again, the allergy information is in the digital version of the passport, and pesto typically is pine nuts, which is Alan's allergy. But beyond the pesto on the lamb chop, my favorite thing there is the Lamington yellow cake, but we had to cut it when making our list in favor of some newer items. We're also gonna skip the refreshment port for now. They do have the braised beef poutine, which they had last year, and it was excellent. However, it's $10, which is a high price tag when we're trying to hit as many booths as possible. So we're gonna skip that one and go to next door at Canada to get a different high priced item. Couldn't find a table near Canada, so you know what that means. It's trash can table time. It's trash can table time.
From Canada, we have picked up the Canadian filet mignon served with mushrooms, boursin black truffle and sea salt mashed potatoes, that's a mouthful, and boursin black truffle and sea salt whipped butter. There's a lot of black truffle and sea salt in here, and I'm a fan.
Now, this is a returning item. They like to showcase their delicious Le Cellier filet in Canada. However, it's dressed a little bit differently. I've never had this version of it with the truffle butter and the mashed potatoes. They also, of course, have the legendary cheddar cheese soup with the pretzel stick as part of Emile's Fromage Montage.
Fromage Montage.
Fromage Montage.
Which is just a nod of no fromage.
That would be horrible. I don't even want to think about a world with no fromage. Anyway, that soup, of course, makes my best of the fest list, but I'm also excited to see if this steak makes the cut. It's just something so EPCOT about eating a portion of like a $60 steak on a trash can.
What a beautiful dichotomy of the human and EPCOT experience.
You know that meme of Stefan from SNL that's like, EPCOT Food and Wine has everything. People eating over trash cans, matching t-shirts, like, it's exactly what it is. But I love it.
Get a bite with everything on the upside down fork, which is just the utmost of high society.
Good luck not spilling that.
Yo. Oh, wow. Huh. Okay. That butter. Slather me in that butter.
And then do what?
I don't know. Suntan? Roast? It's delicious. I want the butter. It's so good. The mashed potatoes are also great. The mushrooms, phenomenal. The steak, I'm gonna be honest, is only so-so. It was just a little bit tougher than I anticipated it being. But with everything else, it's sort of like a compliment. A delicious bite. I'm going to go back for more.
I will agree. The steak is a little tougher than I like. The mashed potatoes are amazing. The butter's amazing. But if I was going to go back to the Canada Pavilion, I would get the soup. I would personally pick the soup over the steak. And now I want to just go to Le Cellier.
I mean, up next on our trek would be the Ireland booth, but as we are on a budget and Ireland has a lot of stuff that's been here before, we are going to go ahead and skip this booth. But if you do stop by, that chocolate cake is delectable, but so very rich, so keep that in mind if you do decide to pick it up.
Bonjour from France. Well, not really France. We're almost to Morocco as far as physically, but emotionally I'm in France because this beignet is the beignet à trois fromage. It is a 3-cheese blend stuffed inside a warm beignet. Yes, this is a returning item. No, this is somehow not on Emile's Fromage Montage. Doesn't matter. There was room in the budget for a little something special, and I had to get this one again to make sure it's as good as I remember.
I'm always sort of taken by how huge that beignet is. All right, everyone, just give Molly a quick moment here.
It's a beignet stuffed with cheese. What's not to love? You can see the like goopy cheese inside there. It's almost like a cheesy gravy is the consistency. And then they've got this melted Gruyere on top, which is nutty cheese. And then you've got the warm, slightly sweet but not too sweet dough of the beignet.
Okay.
Molly's best of the fest, once again.
I think it is very good. I think it is incredibly rich. And there's nutmeg in here, which is throwing me.
Throwing you in a delicious way.
It's growing on me.
Okay, maybe it's a little divisive. But it's not as divisive as the other thing we have to consume later with pickles.
Why you keep bringing it up? Next up on the list, we made our way to Brazil and picked up the pão de queijo, and I'm very sorry for pronouncing that poorly. It is Brazilian cheese bread, and it is on Emile's Fromage Montage, which is interesting because arguably there's less cheese in this than there is in the beignet.
More cheese the merrier, I say.
I'm down. This is delicious. It is a staple every year, and 11 out of 10 would recommend.
Cheese cheers.
Pink.
It's so doughy. It's tapioca starch that makes it.
You can taste that slightly sharp cheese. Very chewy, crispy on the exterior.
I do think this is gluten-free. Don't quote me on that because I'm not a gluten-free eater. Again, you can check for allergies and things in the mobile version of the passport. Or I did just actually run into a friend of mine. She runs gluten-free Disney World. And so she's a great account to follow if you do have a gluten-free diet because she is like an expert on it. While we're on the subject, my friend Xana from Vegan Disney Food is a perfect resource if you eat plant-based.
Here we have the influencer making her way through the highly populated areas of a new festival day. She is carrying with her a number of beverages that she seems to be struggling to carry, which is strange, given that her profession and role is in the business of carrying a great number of things, including knowledge. And now she brings it to be set upon the resting place. Amazing.
We've been doing lots of eating, so now it's time to do some drinking. Stopped by Belgium to pick up their beer flight. Now, I would like to note there's also a beef and Gouda mashed potatoes dish. That's fine. There's also waffles, which are delicious, though nothing that exciting. So we went for the beer flight. You have the, oh man, I'm gonna butcher all of these.
Yes, don't look at me, it's gonna be even worse.
Brasserie de Chofa Hoblen Chofa IPA.
Which is a new addition this year.
The Delirium Red Fruit Belgian Ale.
Which came from last year, I believe.
And it has a really cute tap with a pink elephant on top.
Oh.
And the Brewery von Steenberg Gulden Draak Triple Ale.
Also new this year.
And that one has a cute gnome on the tap.
We all know that a beer's goodness is defined by what is on its tap.
Well, the Mosasaurus eating a great white shark is on the Isla Nublar IPA in Jurassic World, and that's the best beer I've ever had, so.
That's math.
Oops.
Which one did you get?
IPA.
Want to trade?
Yeah. Neither one's really doing anything for me. The IPA is very good, but I do prefer a fruity or a hazy IPA, of which that is neither.
This is a traditional IPA, very hop forward, but I will say refreshing.
Ooh.
It is crisp and refreshing.
I like this one.
Is that the, that's the Delirium Red, right?
It tastes like juice.
The triple ale is very ale forward. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of those notes. Like an acidic molasses is the best way I can describe it.
This one definitely tastes like fruit. It tastes like boozy juice is the best way I would describe it.
Say less.
But it's not as sweet as some other fruity drinks like ciders and things.
Nope.
Not for you?
Nope.
This is not my favorite beer flight. I'm looking forward to trying others, but regardless, I'm glad to have tried a beer flight.
Hydration is important.
Beer is basically water. For legal reasons, if you're 21 and older.
That.
Very, very excited to have just visited the Grease Kitchen because this is the griddled cheese. It has pistachios and honey. It is part of the Fromage Montage, and last year it was on my Best of the Fest. Is my entire Best of the Fest cheese related?
Yes. Yes, it is. I mean, no shade. It just is.
I don't know. I keep watching to find out. Oh, but it's crunchy. You can kind of hear it. It like crisps up really nice on the grill because of the honey. And it's a halloumi cheese, which I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly, but it's a really nice light cheese. Very nice, mild. I believe it's a sheep's milk cheese. Is it? Is halloumi a sheep's milk? Scratch that. I went to our collective brain, the internet, and I confirmed it was sheep's milk, but it's also goat milk. It's a combination cheese, so it's really creamy. It's got that kind of nutty funkiness, I guess, that you would put with goat cheese, but it's delicious. I love the crunch from the pistachios. This is tied for my favorite cheese on the cheese crawl so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Our next stop was Japan, where we picked up the fire taiko roll, which is the sushi roll with spicy tuna, cucumber, and pickled daikon radish served with a spicy sauce, as well as the beef wagyu don, which is traditional Japanese rice bowl with American wagyu beef over steamed white rice. I'm in a good place, y'all. I'm in a good place. This was by far the longest line I've waited in, and it is my favorite booth. Please don't let me down. Let's do a little bit of a dip. One bite, you know the rules. Very good spicy tuna. It is not spicy. There's just a little bit of heat on the back of the throat and the back of the tongue. What stands out to me here is the cucumber and the daikon radish. There is a nice crunch that is a counterpoint to everything else in the sushi roll. And I think that textural change is really what draws me to this. And the nice spicy sauce is a wonderful accompaniment. Not super salty. It tastes very fresh. Fresher than what you would expect from a booth in the middle of EPCOT. And I'm a big fan. Wait, you're using chopsticks?
Yes, I am very good with chopsticks. I want this baby egg.
Absolutely crushing. You got this. I'm going in left-handed. That was a baby bite. Ooh, 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 ooh.
That egg was so good. I wish there was more egg. It was like citrus marinated.
Wow. That beef is very tender and nice as well.
Obviously, you're not getting a huge portion because it's Wagyu, so I would say for the cost, for the price, depends how bad you want to try Wagyu, I'd say, but it is really good and flavorful. Definitely better than the beef we had earlier.
I agree. It is very good, but is it worth $9.75? That's a little bit harder. Listen, I get it. Wagyu beef is expensive, but this portion is fairly small.
I do think while it's very, very tasty and tender, it's not that unique of a dish either. There's more unique and different things. I did really like that little baby citrus egg, but I probably wouldn't get this again. I would opt for something different or something I'd never tried before or more special. Now, you were very excited about this booth to eat. Does either item make your Best of the Fest?
The sushi makes the Best of the Fest.
Okay.
It's a very, very good roll, especially considering it's at a festival.
Okay.
If you're a sushi lover, should probably get it. Next up would be the new funnel cake, and I am on record as saying funnel cake is trash, and I stand by it. However, if there was going to be one funnel cake that would tempt me, it would be this one, because it is a candied bacon funnel cake, but it's also $10. So we might come back for it if we have the budget, just to give it a shot, to give some funnel cake redemption, give it its redemption arc. But for now, we skip.
Grabbed some goodies from Flavors of America. Now, if you hear some extra beat dropping in the back, that's not Alan beatboxing. Again, he just won't stop beatboxing. He loves beatboxing. It's the Eat to the Beat concert series. That is the free concert series that happens throughout the festival in the American Gardens Theater, where they have a variety of bands that come and perform. And I gotta talk about something. One of my all-time favorite nights of the year takes place right here in the American Adventure Pavilion when Boys to Men plays for the Eat to the Beat concert series. They're obviously the best choice of concert that you can see. Although, you can also see Hanson, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, Joey Fatone and Friends, Sugar Ray. There's a lot of awesome, top of the charts 20 years ago artists that you can enjoy here at EPCOT, and it's great. But back to the food. If there is a band that you're really excited about seeing for Eat to the Beat concert series, maybe it's Boys to Men because you have good taste. You can book a dining package at certain restaurants like Beer Garden or the Coral Reef, where you will get a meal and a reserved viewing for one of the shows. Or you can roll the dice and do the walk-up dining package available at Regal Eagle Smokehouse. So you get a quick service restaurant and a voucher to get a reserved seat for the show. So check those out if there's a performer you want to see. As far as our food goes, we are starting with the chilaquiles. These are corn tortilla chips tossed in salsa verde with ranchero chicken, queso fresco, cilantro lime crema, and a soft poached egg. That's a new dish this year. This is actually a new themed booth this year. Normally the American Adventure booth is called something else. This is an Italian hot beef sandwich.
We're firing 76 beef.
It's got shaved beef, spicy, oh no.
Jardinera.
Gardenia.
Gardenia.
Then jardinera.
Gardenia.
Jardinera.
Gardenia peppers.
Jardiniere.
It's a relish I discovered, a pepper relish, and an au jus on a French roll, and then a returning favorite, my favorite dessert at the festival. This is the freshly baked carrot cake with walnuts and cream cheese icing.
Okay, we're starting with the Italian hot beef sandwich, which is something that I was incredibly excited about when first looking at the menus. I love anything with an au jus. We're just gonna let that soak for a minute. Okay. There is a lot of bread here, but that's okay because it does a really good job of soaking up the jus, which is a little salty, very rich. Oh, the drippings from that meat is incredible. Very thinly sliced beef. The relish on top cuts through the richness of it, adding some acidity and brightness to an otherwise pretty rich and a little spicy dish. This isn't gonna sort of blow your doors off in terms of spiciness, but it's just gonna heat up the lips a little bit. I'm a big fan of this. Honestly, might be on my best of the fest.
All right, it's time to crack this egg. Oh yeah, I love a runny gooey egg. All right, I'm gonna try to get a little of everything. The chips, the egg, the queso, the salsa, the chicken. That's Molly's best of the fest for sure. I love chilaquiles. It's kind of like nachos and a burrito had a baby, kind of. I don't know if that makes any sense. These are house-made chips. I mean, obviously we've been taking pictures and stuff, but you can see they don't really have any structure left. That said, this chicken is fantastic. I kind of expected it to be dry. It's not dry. Got a lot of that nice southwestern flavor. I love the salsa verde. Spiced well, but not hot. And I love the little bit of queso fresco. Love the egg. This is a very good balanced dish. If you like Tex-Mex flavors, you'll enjoy this.
Cheers.
Clink. Molly's best of the fest. This is my best dessert at the festival. And it's healthy because there's carrots in it. The walnuts are baked in. I love the crunch from the walnuts. It's definitely a dessert. It's sweet, but it's not sickly sweet. It's not artificially sweet. It's almost like a really good carrot muffin with the cream cheese frosting on top.
The standout spices are the cinnamon and the nutmeg. There's a little bit of allspice in there as well. So you get some really warm flavors there.
It's autumnal.
Yeah, it's just like a, this is gonna sound weird. It's a mouth hug.
It is a mouth hug.
Yeah.
And it's served warm. It's fantastic.
If I can
Yeah, this is putting me in a good place. Whew, I am slowing down. We have had a lot to eat today. But you know what? We've made it halfway through our shot list. We're halfway around World Showcase.
I don't know, days like these just seem to go by in a snap.
You look different.
You look different.
Huh. Coming into day 2 of the festival with just under $100 on the gift card. I don't think any of that money is going to go to the Italy booth. They have disappointed me too many times, and truly I don't know why the food in the booth is never that good when the food in the Italy pavilion is delicious. So we do not want to stop and spend any of our precious remaining dollars when we still have half the booths to go. However, there's the menu. We are going to explore Italy briefly though, because we are looking for Reminald, the rat. Found you little rat.
In a change of pace from yesterday, we're starting off today with a beverage. We stopped by Spain and picked up the sangria flight. They are in order the Macabeo white sangria, rosé sangria, and garnacha red sangria. And I probably butchered the pronunciation, but they look tasty.
I just hope they're not too sweet.
All right, I'm gonna start with the white.
I'm gonna start with the rosé.
Cheers.
Clink. Boop.
Now hold on a minute.
Wow.
I'm questioning a lot. I really like, here, try this.
I really thought these were gonna be super sickly juice drinks that I was gonna not like, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
It's more like it's an infused sangria. It's less of the, hey, we're gonna add some syrup or we're going to add a lot of like,
Juice.
almost like jam and juice.
A lot of times in Disney World, when you get sangria, it's pre-made boxed sangria, and it's very, very sweet. It's made with sweet fruit wine. And I don't know if that fruit wine has been pampered like it's their own babies. So I don't really care for it. This, however, you can taste that there's wine in it, and it doesn't taste like super sweet wine to begin with. So then when you do add in the fruit, it just adds a refreshing kind of fruity flavor, not a sweet flavor.
Yeah, it becomes a beverage you drink on a hot day, which guess what? That's what it is today.
I'm pleasantly surprised by this. I think you get pretty good pours for the price as well. All right, Spain.
What's your rankings? I've got mine.
Rosé, number 1.
Really?
Rosé all day, baby. I think red and then white.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm red, white, rosé. I am
Well,
so
then
shocked.
You can have that one.
I will have that one.
I will have that one.
Cheers.
Clink. Boop.
Here's the thing. I think all 3 of these, best of the fest.
Wow.
I'm just as shocked as you are.
Wow. Oh, and a note, you can get a full size of any one of these if you wanted to not do the flight. But I love the flight. Wow. All right. I think that's brave.
Bravery.
Also, one of my favorite things at the festival, if you look at the mini train in Germany, they always decorate the town. They are also celebrating food and wine, and I just think that's adorable. Next stop, Germany, and another check on the Fromage Montage. This is a classic food and wine favorite, the Schnickelnudeln. It is close enough, you know.
You nailed it.
Go
again.
Schinkennudeln?
Better.
Schinkennudeln. It is an au gratin pasta, and then it's got ham, onions, and cheese. It's basically a brick of really good macaroni and cheese. I got a good piece too. Like, look how crusty that is on the top. You might be thinking to yourself, Molly, it's 100 degrees in Orlando during Food and Wine. I don't want to eat a hot block of macaroni and cheese. Yes, you do. You absolutely do. It is so fantastic. It's a nice mild cheese. You got a little saltiness from the ham. I love the consistency and the kind of crispy crunchiness from the top. Molly's best of the fest. Fan favorite every year.
And next up, certainly not at the same table, we have gone to the Alps to pick up the warm raclette Swiss cheese with shaved ham, baby potato, cornichons, and a baguette.
We should note that if you don't eat meat, there is a non-ham version of this as well.
This, ladies and gentlemen, completes our Emile's Fromage Montage. we're going to be making a truly loaded piece of bread here. We have some of the shaved ham, a little bit of cheese, a pickle, if I can unearth the pickle.
Putting a potato on the bread.
Yeah, carbs are, it's a sandwich now. Carb filling carb.
Why aren't there sandwiches made with potatoes?
Potato bread?
We could invent something.
We could. Cheers. That's really good. The potato cooked perfectly, light and fluffy on the interior. That pickle is just bright and acidic and breaks everything up from the richness of the cheese and the ham. And the crusty bread, listen, I love a carb. I love bread specifically. And this is a nice crusty little loaf of bread to help round everything out. This is delightful.
We have paused our eating for just a moment because we have stopped at the Cork Tunes booth, which is a souvenir stand where artists will draw a picture of you or your pet on a wine cork. And I just gotta say, anytime I can get Kronk printed on something, I'm gonna do it. So we have a wonderful artist. Priscilla is drawing Kronk, right, meow, on a wine cork.
Paused. Meow.
Get it?
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't even mean paused. I mean,
You meant it.
I definitely
You meant it.
that.
Okay, you ready?
Yes. Oh my gosh! It's so cute!
And then Kronk, right there.
Oh, I love it! Thank you!
You're welcome. So good. He's a handsome fella.
He is
Can't
a
go
handsome
wrong
fella.
with a good bottle.
It took about 5 minutes, and now we have a Kronk wine cork. I can't wait to show him. He's gonna love it.
He'll know exactly what it is.
Exactly.
He won't think it's a treat.
What a cool and unique souvenir, though. Depends on if you get the little stand or not. It's $20 or $25, and I just think that's a unique take home.
I really like that. That's a very cool concept, so.
And it's by the same artists that do things like the spin art during Festival of the Arts, the name art that you might have seen. So it's cool to help local Florida artists too. Carlos, look, it's you. Buddy, look how handsome you are. He's just so handsome, and now he's on a cork. All right, more food and drinks.
More food and drinks.
Next booth was Kenya, where we have picked up the peri peri shrimp. It is served with a citrus couscous and a bean chakalaka. Peri peri, its origins translate to pepper pepper, and it was started in Mozambique, but it's pretty popular throughout southern Africa. Again, this is the Kenya booth, and I remember eating peri peri chicken when we went to South Africa, the country, not just the southern part of Africa, which encompasses all these countries I'm mentioning. So I'm really excited to try this. Also, this was $7, and you get a pretty good portion, 5 big shrimp. So I hope this is as good as it looks.
Oh, wow. They knocked that out of the park. Wait a minute now.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little mad at Kenya going into this festival because they took away the coffee rubbed steak that they had last year that made my best of the fest. But I love peri peri, and this is fantastic. These shrimp actually have some spice on them. Peri peri's got pepper and ginger and lemon, garlic. It is so delicious. These shrimp are grilled, cooked perfectly. The couscous, you can definitely taste that citrus has a little brightness. Yeah, I know I keep saying this, but these are also going on the Best of the Fest contender list. I'm gonna have to make cuts.
Wait a minute. It used to be just the best of the fest list. Now it's a contender list?
I'm gonna have to make cuts by the time we give it at the end because I think I put too much on it.
It is every other booth. But that's okay. It just means you like the food. Continuing our trek around the world, we are skipping the refreshment outpost, but it is good to note if you would like a watermelon Dole Whip, you can pick that up here. Sounds nice and refreshing. All right, we're gonna see it from Vanna here.
They also have the spicy gatheri, which is a returning dish several years at this point. It is a plant-based bean dish, so if you're a plant-based eater, I know people are big fans of this one.
I would also like to note that you can find the Gulfstream Brewing Company Cloud9 Watermelon Hibiscus Lager here, which, when I read that, sounded like a whole lot of good, and I might be coming back on my own time to pick that up.
Yeah, it was the $11.25 price point that had us cut it from our budget.
But all that said, just a hop, skip, and a jump away is India.
I think India gets a top 3 award for best looking booth.
I concur. Oh, look, Remy. And from India, we have picked up the curry spiced crispy cheese with a mango curry ketchup. This did make an appearance last year, but I gotta tell you, it's so good that I definitely wanted to get it again. And yes, this is technically part of Emile's Fromage montage. We've already had our 5, but this is a 6.
We're over at Cheezer's.
That was an epic fail. I'll tell you that.
I'm just gonna eat the cheese. Cheese cheers?
Cheers.
Best of the fest, again.
I love the flavor of curry, and you can really taste that in both the cheese and the coating on the cheese, as well as the ketchup, which is slightly sweet because of the mango. It's like a better mozzarella stick.
And I didn't think that was possible. Mozzarella sticks are already pretty fantastic. The breading, immaculate, crispy on the exterior, spongy texture on the interior, so the cheese holds up. It's not gonna drip all over you.
I also gotta say, for the price, very good serving size. It's just over $5. We got 6 cheese pieces or 5 cheese pieces. That's pretty good.
Oh, A+. Well done, India. Oh, Remington.
Reminardo.
Rimjimin.
Remolas.
Rimagorn?
Like Aragorn?
Yeah, we did Legolas.
No, I was thinking Nicholas.
Oh, yeah.
It says a lot about you that you went immediately to
Well, nobody ever said I wasn't a nerd, but this just confirmed it. We have just picked up our goodies from China, but there are no tables, so you know what time it is.
It's a trash can table time. It's trash can table time.
It's a day to reprise.
Of trash can table time.
Ba-ba-da.
Now, while China is home to 2 delicious returning dishes, the Dan Dan noodles with spicy pork and one of my all-time faves, the pan-fried chicken dumplings, we have opted to try the new this year crispy duck bao bun with hoisin sauce. But don't you worry, friends, I did my favorite hack, which is ask for a little bit of the peanut sauce. This comes with the Dan Dan noodles, so we're gonna make a little, like, monster Frankenstein treat situation.
Some people would call that a fusion.
Frankenstein.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try one bite as is. It's very good. The duck is a little on the chewier side, but the bao bun itself is cooked perfectly nice and springy and doughy. I like the slight sweetness from the sauce, but let's do this. Let's put it in the peanut sauce. The peanut sauce is a little saltier than I expected, but it's got that sweet peanut butter flavor, a little tiny bit of heat. I definitely prefer it dipped into the peanut sauce because it breaks up the sweetness, but I still don't know if I would pick this over the dumplings when it comes to the China booth.
And would you look at that? We found the final Remy.
Ta-da! No spoilies. But we get
No spoilies.
the lunchbox is ours! Hello. Are you enjoying the festival? Are you running away because you know what I just ate in China? Yeah, I get it.
We have arrived in Mexico and picked up the tostada de carnitas, which is braised pork on a fried corn tortilla with black beans, avocado mousse, queso fresco, and chives, as well as the Trouble in Paradise margarita, which is regal mariscal, combier watermelon liqueur, rosé wine, lime juice, and agave with a chili lime powdered rim. I'm very excited about the margarita. I'm interested about the portion size of the tostada.
Mexico, cheers.
Cheers. Hot.
Oh yeah. Okay, first of all, this is very, very good. The house-made tostada shell is delicious. The beans are incredible. They're like not fully refried beans, but they're like soupier than regular black beans, if that makes sense. The pork is cooked perfectly. I like the salty nuttiness from the cheese. All that said, it needs a salsa. It needs like a salsa verde or a tomatilla sauce or something to add a little bit of spice. It's a little bland, one note for my flavor palette. So I think that even though it's small and expensive for the cost, if it had some house-made sauce on it, I would say worth it. But as it is, it's good. It's just not my favorite.
All right, so as you can see, we've had quite a bit. of our Trouble in Paradise margarita. So let's start with the things that I really like about it. I think that you can taste the mezcal, which I enjoy. It's slightly smoky. You can certainly taste the watermelon. And I think that if this was going to be the first mezcal drink you ever tried, it's a really good thing to try. For me, though, it's a little bit too sweet. It gets a little bit syrupy towards the bottom where some of that watermelon puree is. And it's been great for like here. Now it's getting a little sweet, but I mean, for a first-time mezcal drinker, I think it's worth a shot. And I'm happy I tried it. It's nice and refreshing on a hot day, but I wouldn't order it again. And ending our lap around the World Showcase, we are at Shimmering Sips.
But don't worry, friends, the pickle milkshake is coming up next.
You know, I hoped you'd have forgotten about that.
I cannot forget. It's haunting my nightmares.
Hard same.
And while we were there, we went ahead and picked up the prize from Emile's Fromage Montage. This is strawberry cheesecake saucer, top of the mini cheesecake and graham cracker crumbles, and it comes in this super cute cup that you can keep. And again, you can only get this delicious treat by doing the Fromage Montage. You can't purchase it separately. And it is so cute, and it looks delicious.
You get the cheesecake?
Yeah, I'm trying to get all of it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Like,
It is tasty.
that is so good. It really tastes like cheesecake. You've got that kind of tanginess that you would have from either sour cream or cream cheese, and then I love the strawberry flavor and the crunch from the little graham cracker.
The inclusion of the graham cracker is clutch. If there's anything that I'm going to take away is that I need to start putting graham crackers in my ice cream.
And also the cup is so cute.
Look at that.
I love these little crawls. We do them every festival, but obviously the cheese related one is my favorite. I was obviously gonna eat 5 cheese dishes, considering we ate 6 without even thinking about it. And now I get more delicious food for eating cheese. It's like I've been training my whole life for this. What was your favorite thing on the cheese crawl? And you can include Canada soup.
It's got to be the cheese bites in India. The curry cheese bites are always top tier, second only to, I think, Greece.
Yeah, I think griddled cheese is my favorite. Obviously, I love the pow de queijo. I love the soup. I love all the cheese, but I think the griddled cheese in Greece for me.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
Wait, the corned beef chips are on the cheese grill too.
They are.
It's all great. It's all great. And now the beer mousse. Oh yeah, that is so tasty. You have to like sours because it's definitely a sour fruit beer, which is kind of an acquired taste. And then you've got the bubbles from the sparkling wine. It's not sweet, it's more tart. They do have the mimosa flight at Shimmering Sips, which a lot of people really enjoy. It's too sweet for me. The mimosa champagne to juice ratio is all off. However, this I would drink again.
Well, it's time.
In festivals past, the talk of the town has been the Orange Bird Sipper. It's been the Figment Popcorn Bucket. But this year, in the year of our Star Lord 2023, it's a pickle milkshake. It's the talk of the town. We're gonna drink it.
Cool.
Yeah, here we go.
Yep, I'm excited. We have made it inside the brewing lab at the Odyssey building and picked up the unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Scotch bonnet pepper curry wings with a cool cucumber yogurt on top. We have also nabbed the beer flight, which consists of the Sun King Brewing Caipirinha Lager, Brew Hub French Connection IPA, and Three Daughters Brewing Old Fashioned Porter. And we also got this pickle milkshake. Now, it's not counted as a part of our budget here because we don't really, we're drinking it for science.
No one wants a pickle milkshake. No one asked for a pickle milkshake. But Dr. Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker have made us one all the same. And we felt we had to try it. But we're not counting it in the budget because there's no way I would choose to drink this otherwise. Before we review the pickle milkshake, I do want to say it's adorable in here. I am a little bummed because when they announced this booth on Disney Parks Vlog, I did think the actual Dr. Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker would be here, but it's just screens of them. But they pop up every few minutes and do a cute little Muppety thing. Plus there's posters all over the walls breaking down different ingredients and their science experiments. There's beakers and sciencey things all over. So it is very, very cute. I do wish there was Muppets merch merchandise for Food and Wine because I don't think I'm the only one who would buy some kind of weird pickle milkshake shirt. But very cute in here, and now delaying the inevitable, let's drink the pickle drink. I like it. It just tastes like a vanilla milkshake with a little dill.
And brine.
I'm not offended by it.
It also tastes a little bit like pickle brine, and if you like pickle juice, which I do like pickle juice, you'll recognize the flavor immediately. It's just an interesting combination when it tastes and feels like milk in your mouth.
It's kind of icy, like it's not a super smooth milkshake. You know who this was made for?
Do tell.
I'm not the target audience, but the person that made this is pregnant. I've heard that when you're pregnant, you want weird things like ice cream and pickles. Couldn't be me, but I think this was made by a pregnant person, and I like it. I always say I don't like sweet desserts, so maybe the problem was they just weren't pickly enough.
Sure.
Now, do I think you should spend your sweet Food and Wine dollars on this? Yeah, I kind of do. It's fun. It comes in a cute cup. How much was it? $6?
$5.50, I think.
Yeah, that's not super expensive for a Food and Wine item. Share it amongst your friends for the meme.
Yeah, this is something that you like. You know how you get a courtesy taste? This is something you use and exercise that courtesy taste on.
I genuinely like it there.
More for you. That dill just hit me in the pocket.
It's not a big deal.
All right, that's enough.
And now, the hot wings.
Cheers. Ooh.
Oh, God.
Ooh. Wow. Those are really good.
Got a big old glob of sauce.
It's hot.
That's the hottest thing I've ever eaten in Disney World. Easily.
A good curry flavor. So it's not a traditional spice with no flavor moment. It is very flavorful. It starts out lightly with that curry, some of that deep, earthy spices that slowly ramps up. It is a front of the mouth heat, but you know what's really good about it? Is that
The cucumber yogurt sauce.
The cucumber yogurt sauce is stellar. They're very tasty, y'all.
You can wash it down with the milkshake. That's what I was doing.
Or a beer.
Or more pickle.
Or a beer.
For our serving, we got 6 small wings, which I think is pretty good.
And if you are somebody who likes spice, try these out because it's so rare that people, you know, listen, I love spice. It's rare that I get anything like this at a Disney park. You know what? I didn't think I'd ever put wings on Best of the Fest, but the more I think about it, they are. Now they're very spicy, so if you hear me say that, you're like, I'm gonna go try those and you're spice averse, please don't do that. But if you like spice, give these a try.
And I'm putting the pickle milkshake on.
Don't even joke about
Even
that.
I have a line. Beer time.
You know what it is?
What?
They made this to go with those wings.
It really does complement it with the dill, and it cools your mouth down after eating the hot wing.
Why is it better after the wing?
Dr. Bunsen Honeydew is a genius. A food science genius.
All right, it's still not right. Let's be clear. But it does go with the wings really well.
Beer time.
Beer time.
Now on Hot Ones, Gordon Ramsay said beer will help after drinking spicy wings.
What are you
after
drinking?
eating spicy wings. I am drinking Brew Hub French Connection IPA.
And I'm drinking the Sun King Brewing Caipirinha Lager. Ooh. Now wait a minute.
This is much better than the IPA we had earlier. It's a little hazy, so it's sweeter, I guess is the right word. It's got a fruity flavor to it, which the last one did not. Almost a citrus.
That's like hefty orange zest in there. That, the Caipirinha Lager, is light, very refreshing, and slightly minty like you'd get from the Caipirinha.
I would drink both of these again.
And if I'm mispronouncing that, I am genuinely very sorry. I'm just doing my best to try to pronounce it like I've heard it said. The Three Daughters Old Fashioned Port.
I was hoping it would taste like an old fashioned.
This tastes like smoky bacon.
I don't like that, but it does taste like bacon. For me, number one's the IPA, number two is the Caipirinha, number three is the Porter.
Same order here.
But I do think this is the best beer flight we've had.
Oh, hands down.
Best alcohol flight. I like this more than the sangria.
You do?
I like beer more than sangria.
I think they'd be on equal terms for me.
Headed back into Not Future World now. We've got one more food stop, and then we got to turn in our Remy's Ratatouille Adventure map so we can get our prize and check out the festival merch this year.
And for our final stop, we have made it to the Connections Eatery to pick up the Remy Liege Waffle, which is a cream cheese Liege waffle with cream cheese icing, graham cracker crumbs, and a Remy chocolate garnish. Hey bud, it's good to see you at the end of this long trek around the world. Molly, let's sample and enjoy.
Oh,
Good? Well, come on now, don't hold out.
yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Is that gonna dethrone carrot cake as my favorite dessert at this festival?
Oh, it's already did it for me. I'm so happy I'm on this side of the camera because I do not look attractive right now.
Liege waffles use brioche batter instead of regular waffle batter, and they are so fluffy and delicious, and this one has cream cheese in the batter, which is providing like a little tang almost. It's not as sweet as a regular waffle, and then it's got the graham cracker crust and the cream cheese frosting. The only thing that could make this better is if it was served warm.
Well, we did it. Made it all the way around the world and then some, and we came in just over $2 under budget.
We hit up 20 of the currently open festival locations, and don't forget, 6 more are opening soon, so there will be more food and wine content.
Yeah.
We will try more food, but in the meantime, it's time for the best of the fest. And the worst of the fest. Should we start with the worst of the fest?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get those out of the way.
I hate to do it, but you got it. We got it. If you give everything its flowers, you might as well give nothing flowers, and I am giving no flowers to the Coastal Eats crab cake. Now, it was a more expensive item, and it was pretty small, but I'm okay with that, knowing crab is an expensive ingredient. However, it was way too salty. The flavor didn't make up for it being small. It's definitely was my least favorite thing I ate at the festival this time.
And for me, there really was trouble in paradise. While that margarita, I think, is a good introduction to mezcal, for me, it didn't hit the mark. It was
Didn't
really
hit the mark.
Yeah, it didn't hit the marg. It was really sweet, and while I would normally love a fruity marg, I mean, shoot, I just made up a recipe of one. It didn't have sort of the punch that I'm looking for from a margarita, but it just wasn't what I wanted.
But now, the best of the fest.
To the best.
My best of the fest. The corned beef fondue chips from Flavors of Fire. The beignet à trois fromage from France. The griddled honey cheese from Greece. The chilaquiles from Flavors from America. The carrot cake from Flavors of America. The Schnickennudeln
Nice.
from Germany. And the peri peri shrimp from Kenya.
And my best of the fest are the pickle chips from the Fry Basket, the Sangria Flight from Spain, the curry spiced cheese from India, the curry spicy wings from Brewing, and the Liege waffle from Connections Cafe.
Also want to shout out some returning favorites that we did not eat this time, but if you're coming to the festival, the cheddar cheese soup from Canada, the braised beef poutine from Refreshment Port, and the dumplings from China. Those are great year over year, so if you're coming to the festival, those are good ones to add to your list too.
And now all that's left is to go examine the new merchandise that we have for this year.
And get our lunchbox.
That's right. How could I forget?
We got an Encanto, Encango. And I botched it.
Yep, yeah.
Welcome inside the Creation Shop for Food and Wine 2023. There are 4 different merchandise collections. There's the Logo Collection, the Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse Collection, the Encanto Collection, and a Pass Holder Figment Collection. So let's dive in. Starting with the Logo Collection, we have a button-down shirt, a stemless wine glass, a stemmed wine glass, a tumbler, it's corksicle, an ornament, cutest coasters I've ever seen because they're a cheeseburger. Like the bun and the cheese and et cetera, would all be different coasters. A coffee mug, a cutting board or a charcuterie board, a zip-up jacket, the ever-popular Spirit jersey, a t-shirt, ears. No, I will not be getting this pair. Loungefly, a pin, a different pin, an Encanto pin. Let's keep it rolling with Encanto. We've got a t-shirt featuring Casita. I might buy that. A Tervis tumbler featuring Mirabelle. I also might buy that. A pitcher that comes with really cute cups. A Casita-shaped serving platter. A Mirabelle apron. A Casita-inspired dish rag and pot holder. Plates. It's 2 plates. One's Mirabelle and one's Casita. I had to know. Spatula. Measuring spoons. Moving on to Mickey and Minnie's collection. A food and wine dining tray. You can put the thing around your glass and then help you carry your food. I guess. A sandwich box. Here's the back of that zip up from before. A tank top. A picnic tray? Question mark? Corsical stemless wine glass with Mickey and Minnie. Dooney and Burke. A phone case. Another phone case. Another phone case. Ornament, 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 ornament. This one's vessel related, but it's cool. AirPod case. Different AirPod case. Magnet. Magnet, 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 picnic blanket. But nothing is stopping you from using it as a regular blanket whenever you want. It wouldn't be weird. It might be weird. Salt and pepper trash can shakers. For my Figment fans who are also pass holders, here's a shirt for you. He's making something. Pass holder pin. And there you have it, a roundup of this year's Food and Wine merchandise. I personally love the Encanto series, love that movie's getting the love it deserves. Cast member did tell us that they're getting a magic band, maybe 1 or 2 other items, but we are headed in line to pick up our prize for the scavenger hunt. Made it up to the front of the park at Spaceship Earth where they are doing the light show once the sun goes down. It is the same as last year, so it'll be to be our guest. They are alternating it with a few other versions of it, but if you're up here at the front of the park, it's really pretty to see on your way out.
And with that, folks, that's another year, another International Food and Wine Festival in the books.
This was actually our very first real Mammoth Club video just about a year ago, which is kind of surreal. So if you watched that first video, thank you. If you're watching this video, thank you. For every video, every stream, everything in between, thank you guys. It's been awesome, and it's because of you that we get to keep doing cool stuff.
We appreciate you. And in the meantime, folks, be sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, follow us on all of our socials, and join us on Discord if you want to join in the conversation. All those links will be found down below.
And until next time, friends, I'm Molly.
And I'm Alan.
And it has been so magical.
Bye everybody.